Hey everyone, it's Z. I am going to do my own version of my movie review for the Avengers. For me, it was just one word: Jizz Fest. If you don't know what Jizz Fest means, don't take it. It's a patented word. In the Xenophobia's Dictionary of Epic Words, Jizz Fest is a verb indicating the act of jizzing severely due to an overabundance of epicness. It comes from a legit source, so trust it. There's no way that Breaking Dawn is behind this piece of paper. Check out November for Breaking Dawn Part 2's movie review. Anyhow, The Avengers I thought was an amazing movie. From a perspective of a video slash film student, let's touch the main points first. Cinematography wise, I thought it was good. You know, it got the story told in a pretty awesome, epic way. I noticed a lot of low angles, which of course makes sense and is appropriate because, I mean, we're dealing with superheroes and humans, so of course, you know, low angles are appropriate for that. A lot of moving shots, a lot of these whole twirling 360, which, you know, for a big cast that each one is a main character, it's a very important shot, so yeah. Not much I have to say about the cinematography. It was good. Art direction wise, especially with costume design, I thought it was amazing how each character had their own personality and dragged on from each of the movies that was done to tell their stories individually. Chris Evans as Captain America, I loved how they kept his costumes, his wardrobe very old-fashioned. Thought that was very appropriate. Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow, they made it very sensual, very sexual with every outfit she had, nice and tight. Talking about Scarlett Johansson, I may or may not be bisexual, still kind of in that confusion stage. Anyway, she was beautiful. I loved her. That fight scene was like, am I lesbian? Am I straight? Am I lesbian? Am I straight? I don't know. Very appropriate cast. Robert Downey Jr. I love him. I love Robert Downey Jr., especially as Iron Man. He really brings that human quality to each one of his characters, which of course are all human, but that, you know, guy next door type of character, which I love. I mean, Sherlock Holmes and Iron Man, he's a billionaire, a genius, but he's very down to earth, which I love that he plays himself in most of these characters. The Hulk, I personally like that they picked Mark Ruffalo to play the Hulk. Some people were like, oh no, Edward Norton was the best. Yeah, he was pretty awesome, but I think Mark Ruffalo brought that very nerdy human sense to Dr. Banner. Pretty sure. Crap. Anyway, and plus his clothing that they used for him, very loose and very nerdy looking, old fashioned. I like that. It kept, you know, Hulk and then the human guy, you know, it made a big difference how, like, they kept that going. Story-wise, you know, it's your everyday classic superhero saves the humans, the planet Earth type of story, which is, you know, everyone loves that type of story. Everyone loves a superhero. And here you have all of these guys and girl coming together to save the world. I mean, everyone wants to see that, how they all interact. You're bringing all of these characters that everyone loves into one single movie. And that's why it got, you know, 200.3 million in its opening weekend. I mean, that is amazing. It topped Harry Potter. Harry Potter. Come on. I have no problem with it though because I absolutely loved it. I went to go watch it by myself like a loner, and it was an awesome experience. I mean, you're sitting there in the middle, right smack in the middle of the theater, and you're just getting all this action. Let's talk about audio real quick. I thought, you know, if I were blind, which I tend to close my eyes while I watch a movie just to check out the audio, amazing. I mean, you have all these sound effects. You can hear all of, you know, the people yelling when you know, they're tearing down Manhattan. I mean, the audio was pretty darn good, which of course it has to be with this type of movie, so it was kind of a given that it was going to be pretty awesome. In talking more about the cast, Tom Hiddleston, I don't know what it is about me and creepy pale white guys, but I just loved his character. I love the evil guy. I don't know, that creepy smile he did though, loved it. I thought, you know, I saw him in War Horse, so I'm like, oh, he's such a good guy, but I love him as the villain. Talking about Loki, I love Thor, which of course, you know, I love all of these characters, but I just love how Thor is so huge and he's like, I'm a god, I'm Liam Hemsworth's brother, and I have wavy hair. I loved Thor. I loved how they kept the costume going from the actual Thor movie into this. Um, you know, as a whole, Tom Whedon, I really hope I pronounced his name right, the director and writer, I think he did an amazing job with developing all of these characters in one whole movie. I mean, you really have the sense of the story, that the individual story throughout this whole film, and I love that how he kept these individual characters. You know, it's not just all of them together all the time. They each have their own story, and he told their story, he kept their story um, throughout this film. Anyhow, I suck at movie reviews, so I'm just gonna say that it was an awesome movie. You should go watch it, and you should check out this guy and this guy's movie reviews now.